Breaking up with someone has to be one of the most painful feelings in the world. Whether it's a significant partner, a friend, or a family member, you're left alone with all these emotions to deal with. And maybe you feel like your life is ruined, and no matter how hard you try, you just can't get this person out of your head. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 4 ways to get through your breakup and how to move on once and for all. So let's jump right in. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Carole and I'm a life coach from Carole Cares who helps all teens and young adults work through their mental health challenges. If you're new, I want to welcome you to my channel and don't forget to hit the subscribe button below. If you are thinking of self-harming right now, please hit the video link above at any time during this video. It goes without saying that all relationships are such an important part of our lives. So when a significant one comes to an end, it can bring up some heavy, painful emotions. And it doesn't matter who you broke up with. You're still left to deal with all these painful emotions in the end. And this is what makes it so hard to move on. The breakup can leave you feeling this enormous sense of loss and grief, loneliness, hopelessness, anger, guilt, and confusion about why this relationship ended, or maybe you just can't let go no matter how hard you try. For some of you, a real desperation can set in, and you can't imagine living your life without this person. Some of you may even try to stalk the other person physically or through social media. And the pain that you are sitting in can become so unbearable that some of you may want to take your own life over it. I understand that pain. In a recent video I did called My Experience with Suicide, I talked about the unbearable pain from a rejection in my life that brought me to that slippery edge because the loss I felt became just too much for me to handle during that time. And I know that a lot of you are left with so many questions after a breakup, like, how can I make that person love me again? Or what did I do wrong? Or what's wrong with me? Or why doesn't this person love me? Why can't we just work it out? Or how can I make it up to this person? And you just want things to be different. You want a second chance. And maybe you've even gone back several times to try and make it work. Or maybe you're so desperate for this person's love that you ignore all red flags. And you're going to accept anything from this person, including abusive behavior, because you want this person back in your life. And no matter how hard you try, you just can't shut your feelings off or get this person out of your head. Let me help you with this. Let me show you 4 ways to get through a breakup so that you can finally move on with your life. Here's the first way. Keep the focus on you. Now, I chose this first step as number 1 for a reason. It's definitely the one that you need to remember all the time. Keep the focus on you. You're going to want answers, and everyone will have an opinion about the situation. I know that you will want to try in so many ways to focus on the other person. You're going to want to contact the person. You're going to want to blame the person or stalk the person, message them, text them. Just try to keep holding on to that relationship. But in order to heal and in order for you to move on, you have to turn the focus back on you as often as you can. And this is so hard to do. And you're going to have to remind yourself over and over because you're in a lot of pain and you're looking for a way out. You can put all your energy into trying to figure out why this happened in the first place and what you can do to bring back this relationship. But that will get you nowhere, and it's not going to get you to the place that you need to go. So let me show you how to keep the focus on you. Step 2, realize that this breakup is a trigger. Now hear me out on this one because I don't want to lose you just yet. This point is so important. Breakups bring up a lot of painful emotions in us. And when you are affected emotionally by what another person has done to you or what another person has said to you, you're being triggered. A trigger has a message or a lesson for you to learn. And remember, when you are triggered by someone or something, your emotional reaction is not about now. I know it feels like it does though, because you're sitting in this pain. But when you're triggered by a breakup, you're actually reacting to something similar that happened to you when you were a child. Maybe you were abandoned or rejected, and you were just too little at the time to deal with these painful emotions. And this breakup is causing all those old emotions that you shoved down as a child to come up for you to deal with now. And remember, the most important thing I teach you about triggers, they happen for you, not to you. So this hurt that you first felt as a child must be dealt with now in order for you to move on from this breakup. I hope this makes sense to you. If you need more help understanding what your triggers are, I'm going to link below a video I made called The Real Truth Behind Your Emotional Triggers. If you choose to ignore your emotions now and push them all down again, they're going to keep coming up for you over and over in other relationships until you deal with them. They won't go away on their own. So let me show you how to start dealing with these emotions that you're feeling right now. Number 3, deal with your shame. Breakups will definitely trigger your own self-worth. You will feel rejected, abandoned, and unloved. And these feelings of low self-worth are connected to your shame. Now, if you don't know what shame is, or you think you don't have it, you're not alone. Shame is the one emotion that everyone has, but no one wants to deal with it. Why? Because shame feels shitty, really shitty. If this breakup makes you feel like you're not good enough for any reason or that you don't matter, you're dealing with shame. Your feelings of low self-worth bring up the shame in you that you need to deal with in order to move on. Now, I've done 2 videos on shame called Where Does Shame Come From? And How to Release Your Shame. And I'll link those at the end for you. Now, shame is not the only emotion that you will need to deal with. And this leads me to the next point. Number 4, journal from your emotions. Along with shame, a breakup will trigger very strong emotions of anger, depression, fear, grief, guilt, or even loneliness. Everyone feels these emotions with breakups, but they don't often want to deal with them because they're just too painful. But they will keep coming back over and over until you deal with them. And if you don't, people will continue to reject you and abandon you, and they'll trigger these old emotions that you felt as a child and you push them down. So keep the focus on you. You need to focus on all these emotions that are coming up for you to get some clarity on your situation. And the best way to work through these emotions is to journal. Journaling is my number 1 tool that I use to get me through all my emotions. Journaling saved my life, literally. Now, if you need more help with journaling or you really don't know how to begin, I'm going to link at the end my video that I did, Journal for Mental Health. So begin your journaling today. Journal from the shame or the unworthiness that you're feeling, or any of all those other emotions that I mentioned earlier. And in the description box below, I've linked individual videos for you on journaling that you can use for different emotions like shame, depression, anger, fear, and anxiety. Remember that this takes time to move on because you need to work through all of these emotions that are coming up for you. It's not going to happen overnight. And as much as you can, remember to keep the focus on you always. Make you the priority right now. You need to heal. Extreme self-care is what you need right now. I know you want someone else to take away your pain, but no one else can do that for you. Only you can do it for you. And I know that's not what you want to hear right now. So it will take a lot of courage and determination on your part to deal with all these painful emotions that are coming up for you. But I know you can do this. Now, I've shared with you the 4 ways to get through a breakup in order to help you move on. Now, click one of these videos that I've linked on the screen right now to help you get started. Start to deal with your shame or learn how to journal from your emotions. Until next time, remember to have compassion for yourself for what you are working through and stay safe. Bye for now.